Hi, my name is Virtual Panic. We are playing 7 Days to Die with a VR mod. The mod is still in early development, not all features are implemented yet, but I like to show it off already because I think it's amazing. There's a lot of potential. In the series we are trying what already works, what doesn't work that good yet, and just having a good time with it. If you want to try the mod for yourself, there's a link in the description below of every video of this series. You can go and do that right now. It's completely free. So, something kind of unpleasant happened. A hard drive died on me, and on that hard drive I had basically everything that I use for making videos, all my overlays, all my music, all my sound effects, and one whole episode that I already recorded for this series is gone. I can't do anything about it. That drive is completely dead. You might say, well, Virtual Panic, why don't you have it backup? That sounds pretty stupid. And yeah, you know what? You're right. What can I say? You're absolutely right. So yeah, losing all that stuff seems to be an adequate punishment for stupidity, so I can't even be mad about it. So what do you do when you lose all your stuff in a video game? Well, you rage quit, obviously. Well, what else can you do, right? But when you calm down a bit, you get back into the game and just procure or create new stuff. Hopefully that stuff will be better than anything you had before. And the same thing we'll have to do in real life, right? So we start by recording a new episode. If you are wondering why my inventory is empty, I did not do that for a stupid analogy. No, I died. At the end of the last episode of the lost episode, I died. I can't show you, unfortunately, but don't worry, we'll die plenty of more times. I'm sure of it. I tried to tell you what happened and what we did, and that day our stuff is lying down here. So yeah, let's go there and get it. As you see here, all our debuffs are gone, and we look into our character menu. Food and water is at 100. So dying was actually the best thing that could ever have happened to us. In the last day, we struggled with getting water a lot. It was really bad. I found a cooking skill recipe that allowed us to make goldenrod tea. You make that from fresh water and these yellow flowers. So here we are. And that has a chance to get rid of diarrhea. So what we ended up doing is drinking from the lake, and that water that we found, I think I found 2 jars of water in the whole day, and we turned into goldenrod tea and tried to cure our diarrhea with that. It really did not work out very well because drinking from the lake also drained our health. So we were constantly at basically no health, fighting with diarrhea, fighting with zombie, no stamina all the time. It was the worst. Where is our backpack? Somewhere there. I feel like getting water in the early game is a bit too hard, and the punishment for dying is very low. So dying seems like very attractive. Let's get all our stuff. So you're probably supposed to go to the trader and do the whole quest thing to get money, and then buy the water purifier, and then you're fine, I guess. But this is a sandbox game, right? You should be able to play the game however you like. I'm not really a fan of that. They try to force you into that pass. So yeah. So that's just a general observation about the game or the current iteration of the game, where they get rid of the jar and you can no longer get fresh water by getting it from the lake or rivers and then cooking it up. So right now, dying, it's just the best. I love dying. It's great. I won't abuse that system because I'm not fond of it. You should, absolutely, if you want to play effectively. Dying is just great. You get a little XP penalty, but that's nothing compared to being able to get rid of all your debuffs. To the last episode, I talked about, or I asked if there was a permadeath option in the game, because I honestly didn't know. Turns out there wasn't, but there is now or very soon. as Icebear commented so nicely in that video. A day after that video came out, the Fun Pimps released an experimental build that has several death options. One is a no death penalty at all. The second is an XP penalty, as it is now. The third option is called Injured, where you keep all your evil debuffs and start with 50% food and water. And then there's a permadeath option. When they push that to the main build, I will probably go for the Injured option to get a bit of death penalty or a bit more of a death penalty. I think that's pretty cool. It makes the game more exciting. That's half of the problem actually solved, and they should make access to water a bit easier to solve the other half of the problem. I was thinking about the permadeath option, right? It's no good for a series like this because I don't want it to end it on bad luck. But it could be fun streaming, right? Doing a permadeath VR 7 days to die run and trying to stay alive as long as possible. But on the other hand, the game really wants you to do nothing. Basically, because everything you do will extract zombies. So each night you will probably only hide somewhere and do nothing. So then you will be safe. That's not the most exciting content, right? So I'm not sure. We might still do it at some point. In the Lost episode, we just did a whole bunch of exploring. We couldn't do anything else because we were out of stamina all the time. So we scavenged a house that was about there somewhere. And then we went exploring north. And we scavenged this house and we came to this little farm thingy. We didn't go in there yet, so we can still do that. But it was already getting dark, so we went back to our base. And that's where we got attacked, and we were out of stamina and low on health, and so we couldn't get away, we couldn't fight, so there wasn't anything really we could do. We did find some new toys. We found this stun baton, which is straight up better than our pipe baton that we had. Does more damage. It takes a bit more stamina when swinging, but yeah, it's worth it. And it has a chance to stun the enemy, which will proc now and then. So that's pretty cool. You already know this is pipe gun. We did figure out that we can actually build guns. I was sure you would need a workbench for that, but you don't. You probably need a workbench for like the better weapons, but you can build these pipe weapons just from the inventory. And we built this pipe rifle. We can also build a pipe machine gun that I haven't done yet. We'll play around with that very soon. But for now, we are completely out of ammo. So we used our guns yesterday and now we are completely out. Yeah, we have to find a way to get ammo. And we do need a workbench to craft ammo, so I know that. We did find a bunch of ammo in episode 2 in that military camp, but my dumb ass left that all in our temporary base where we spawned in at. So that sits now, warm and secure, but it doesn't help us. We won't be able to get there and get it. It's day 6 now, so that we have things to prepare. That would take 2 days to go there and come back to get it. We could also abuse the death system because we left our bedroll there. I just forgot, and I also forgot to make a new one, which we should do right now. But we could just put away all our stuff, suicide, respawn on that bedroll, and then we'd only have one way to go. We probably would be able to do that in 1 day, but as I said, I don't want to abuse the death system, so we're not going to do that. We'll have to make do with what we have, which is no ammo at all. We'll probably go and get that stuff once we have access to a vehicle. Yeah, us dying and getting rid of our infection, and at least for a little bit of our food and water problem, changed the priorities. So now we can work again because we have stamina again, and we should work on our base right now. Well, we should probably work on getting a secure source of water, but we're not going to be able to do that before the first 7th night. So we should work on our base right now, try to survive the first 7th night, hope that we somehow get by without ammunition or water. When we got that covered, we'll go trying to find a trader that is somewhere here in the vicinity and do that whole thing. So let's get going. There's nothing quite like a nice wood chopping workout session in 7 days to die. know calling this a base pushes it. It's a bit strong of a word, but you know, it's ours. It's a start. It's a start. We're getting there at some point. We already got all the stuff from up from the tower here. Here's food, which is very empty. We got some seeds here. We have some raw resources here. We have some general stuff here and yeah, some more valuables in here from zombies that attacked us. We got a little bit of ammunition, which is very good. We can actually use our gun. And in our last episode, we did find a flashlight, which was pretty cool, but which also shows that it is not trivial to make a VR mod, right? So in the flat version, you will always aim where you look. When you implement motion controls, then you aim at a different direction. So I just one of these millions little things that would need to be reworked to really work in VR. So it still aims where I look, independently of where I aim the flashlight. So that's one thing that should be done at some point. But the highest priority for now, I would think, would be two-handed weapon handling. So you can't grab your rifle with the second hand. It doesn't even have to handle differently. Even if you could just grab it to stabilize the aim, that would make a huge difference. Kind of feels strange one-handing a rifle like this. Well, I guess all that there's left to do for us now is get a little chair, grab a plant, grab a beer, and enjoy a beautiful first night at our new base location. Cheers! Ooh. I think I am not used to alcohol anymore. Ooh. Ooh, wow. What did I put into this beer? That's... even the menu is blurry. But we have a buzz. A nice buzz. That's right.